So, good morning, everyone. Here I am, come to do my blog. So, yesterday I gave you some information about my background and how I got into um, how I got to where I am right now, and so just continuation. I talked about health equity and why that was important to me. I also talked about being a mom, and so at this space in my life, I almost kind of feel like I'm starting over in where I am. I believe where I am in terms of my career, education, that almost kind of feel like, some younger adults would feel like when they just graduated from college and they're getting their feet out there, trying to establish themselves and find their direction and going into and being established and building those roads. And sometimes I have to tell you that it really feels for me really awkward because I feel like I have a lot of lived experience and I have a lot of knowledge about stuff, but at the same time, with the knowledge, with my education, with my lived experience, there are people who are behind me who have a lot more experience in things that they're doing. And so I really feel like in terms of career, I should really be like at a director level, as far as my, or a VP level, just because of my lived experience and my age. But I also think that there's a lot more stuff that I need to learn and get more confident in. Not necessarily learn in terms of the practice of public health and health equity, but really in terms of just like my confidence level and also my ability to communicate and not be so nervous, and also be able to manage my emotions. Sometimes when I'm telling stories and I am sharing information that is relevant, because of the lived experiences that I have are so deeply rooted and I'm deeply connected, at times I can be more emotional about that subject. And when I say emotional, like I don't get all hyped up, but I end up crying, or I think about family members or what have you, and I'm trying to learn how to be in that space and be able to tell a story and tell it from a healing perspective or a healed perspective and not from an emotional perspective. And I wonder if other people who are starting over feel the same way, that when you are going into applying for jobs or interviewing or even just speaking in the roles that you have now, because of the lived experience that you have and you're so connected to that particular issue, does it cause you cause you to be, to pause, or does it cause you to be emotional about that self-reflection? Sometimes I find that I am thinking too much of the past, opposed to thinking about the present and the future, because I'm always thinking about my loved ones and situations that happen. So I wonder if you all feel the same way. At 50, when you're starting over, paving a new road and starting a new path for yourself, y'all, it is really daunting and overwhelming. I think that some don't know and understand how overwhelming it can be when you are literally starting all over. And also at the same time, you are trying to be fast, because I mean, honestly, this is going to sound negative, but honestly, over half of our lives have already been lived. And so we are like on the express bullet train trying to gather ourselves. And, we got to make some money, and, trying to money for however, money for retirement, money for taking care of our children, money for taking care of our homes. There are a lot of things are established issues that we already have. And it can really be overwhelming thinking about, how to start all over. How do I do this thing? I have a therapist, and I was talking to my therapist, and she is so good. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you. Every single time that she and I meet, I always end up crying. But she said to me last week, she was like, "Fawn, I need you to really think about developing an additional stream of income coming in." And I was like, "Yeah, I know." And I was thinking about all these other different ways and stuff, but I wanted something that was organic that would come through, because I feel like there's a population of people that I know that's my tribe, that connects to me, that they too are starting all over. They too are back in school, and they're getting their degrees, whether it's at the professional level where I am getting my PhD, or they're just going to technical school, 2-year school, community college certificate or something that they're doing, and it just seems overwhelming. And if you're in the same space as I am, I welcome you to join me on my journey as I join you on your journey, so we can celebrate, uplift, and support one another. It is very daunting, especially if you're also soon to be an empty nester or a recent empty nester. And what I mean by that is my son is making his decision on what school, he'll be attending for college. And so once he graduates, I will be by myself. And for some people, they're like, "Oh my God, that's so great, girl! You can travel the world in 7 seas and do all this stuff." And it seems like a wonderful thing, that I'm going to be an empty nester, and I'm literally going to be a single person again. And I look at the excitement, I look forward to it, and all those things. But at the same token, I'm scared, because I'm like, I don't have another person. I haven't been alone by myself singularly. And once he turns 18 in August, shout out to the Leos, and my son is all Leo. I'm not an astrology or horoscope person, but those things that generalize what a Leo is, let me tell you, he's staying 10 toes down at it. I wonder if there's a way for somebody to be a double Leo. But I say that to say that, once he graduates and goes away to college, he'll be 18. And it's been 18 years since I've been by myself. And only had to buy grocery for one person, only had to pay bills for one person. I'm thinking, like, do I need to scale down? I have a 3-bedroom townhouse now, and I won't scale it all the way down, but I do think I need to scale down to, maybe I might, I don't know. I was thinking about scaling back down to a 2-bedroom, like in a 2-bedroom with an office, kind of thing. But if I do that, I might as well just keep this 3-bedroom. So I don't know. I have decisions I need to make about whether I'm scaling down, whether I'm staying here in the city that I'm in and moving, and or am I relocating out of state? Am I relocating out of the country? Am I, like, what am I doing? And I'm trying to figure all this out. In addition to, I have a commitment for the next 3 years to my PhD studies. It's going to take me 4 years to finish my degree. So I can't. I'm here, but I'm not here. So I got to really make decisions about where if I were to go to international, I have to really be intentional about where I go, because I have to have a space that has great Wi-Fi connection, and no blockages and things like that, because I have, like I said, I have a dissertation that I'm going to have to do, research studies that I have to do for my work. And so, for my degree. So I don't know. I'm just in this space right now in my life, and my life is really changing. And at 51, my life is so changing, and I feel like that these are things that should be happening when someone's like 31 or 41. And I feel like Cher when she says, if I could turn back time.